Hello. Hi everyone. Today we are going to do a reading on 11/11. Why? Because it's the 11th of November. Now, if you're thinking, well, Moonlight, because some of you might not be watching this on 11/11, that's okay. I think these messages are very universal regardless of when you watch them. Alright, so this is a timeless reading. These messages, if you are coming across this video, I feel are really meant for you. I really do. And there's a reason why you've probably stumbled upon this reading to begin with. So I'm going to tell you many things, things that are probably going on, things that I see that are going to happen for you, love messages, career messages, many messages from your spirit guides, your angels, the universe, your ancestors. We're really going to tap into everything. If you have been seeing 11/11 a lot, let me know in the comment section. Like this video so that I can see like a visual representation of that, because sometimes it's really hard, right? Not everybody wants to comment, not everybody wants to like share their opinions, but if you like the video, boom, I can see it straight away, and I think that that's really, really cool. So, definitely do like the video. All right, so we're gonna really get started. I have tarot cards here, and here I have a bunch of different oracle cards as well, which I just really felt like these were the ones just absolutely screaming to me from the top of their lungs. If they had, a mouth, these would be the ones that really just spoke to me. My intuition was just absolutely drawn to them. And so these are the ones we're going to use. And I just want to say as well, if you are going through a really hard time, I feel like perhaps you have come to this reading for a reason. And I just want to say that there is cycles and changes and phases that we go through, and especially with the law of duality, I really feel like for many of you, you're going to go through a change where things will get better. I know it seems like such a cliche thing to honestly say, but I've seen it happen with so many clients. I've seen it happen with so many people. Their life could literally be so draining, so upsetting, full of grief, trauma, sadness, and things can change, right? The universe works in really magical ways. Okay, so with that being said, I don't even know where to put this deck. Okay, so with that being said, I just wanted to mention, if you would like to win a free reading with me, check out the description box below, as I do giveaways every single month. Private paid readings are down below as well. They are done with me within 12 to 24 hours for your burning questions. And the last thing I wanted to mention is that my intention manifesting items are on my website. So there's items like bracelets, necklaces, anklets, pom-poms, tassels, embroidered cards which you can put under your pillow, your wallet, or your purse. And there's also just so many incredible reviews on there as well, 5-star reviews, which you can check out at the bottom of my website, which is shopmoonlightguidance.com. And there's also candles as well, if you're interested, for lots of different areas of your life. Handmade, hand poured, meditated with, and saged. And they're really, really special because they're also safety tested and they do work. So you can check out the reviews for these as well on there. So definitely feel free to check it out. And there's also so many items, but I also thought I'd shine a little bit of light on top of the hand crocheted flowers that my grandma makes, which actually look like hearts, to be honest. So then there's that, and these have 6 different intentions tied to them, and you can put them under your pillow, your wallet, or your purse, or in your purse. And again, results have been seen with these as well. So anywho, let's begin. 11/11. Okay, shall we start first of all with tarot? Okay, so we'll start with tarot. Let me just move everything out the way. Like I mentioned, these are messages for love, career, success, many areas of your life, not just one particular area. So it's going to be a longer reading, as you can probably see. Let's get it started in here. Okay, cool, let's begin. I'm sorry the introduction is so long. I just feel like it's one of those things. It's just, there's so many things I want to mention and reassure you of, and I get so many emails as well for the same thing. So it's just a nice space for me to kind of reiterate things here. Okay. Yep. See, things are going to become much more equal, mutual. 7 of Pentacles, right? There are things that you have been thinking about. There are things that you want to have come together. 7 of Cups is really powerful as well, because there shows so much reflection on your side. Sometimes you think to yourself, why do I think so much? It's such a curse. It is not a curse, because your thoughts lead you in very powerful directions. Some people, they don't want to think, right? They suppress their feelings, they suppress their emotions. Tell me one thing, right? To feel can sometimes feel like a curse because you feel everything so deeply, but to not feel it all, I think that's much worse. So I actually think here that if you are surrounding yourself with people that just make you feel really bad for being maybe sensitive, right? Empathic, so generous and kind and caring, maybe you're around the wrong people. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying. Doesn't mean they can't change or they can't improve, but I definitely feel here with the Seven of Cups that you think a lot, but actually, do you know what? Your thoughts are leading you in a direction towards so much more abundance. You have so much going for you, especially with the Queen of Cups, right? The Queen of Cups has the most incredible cup in tarot. 1111, especially if you see it like everywhere, or if you see 1, or if you see 11, or if you see 111, or 1111111111, you get my point. It really goes to show that you are special, right? 1 is about self. 1 is about winning. 1 is you. It's single, right? It's single. Absolutely. So this is about you. It's about your goals, your dreams, your ambitions, your initiations, what you send out. It's a start and it's a beginning, right? We often associate the number 1 with beginnings and the first, right? So embrace yourself. Be okay with being who you are. It's hard because this is also deeply rooted in self-confidence and self-esteem, which is to do with your solar plexus chakra. I feel here that especially if you're struggling in regards to love and feeling invalidated, or in regards to family not being so kind to you and not feeling cared for, and you just feel like, why am I thinking so much about this and they're not thinking about their actions affecting me? I will tell you one thing for sure, is that for sure the Queen of Cups here shows they will think about you. They will. But it seems to happen when you really put yourself first. And there is a spiritual context to this, because I see this happen very often, that when you detach and you focus more on yourself, that's really when people who've done you wrong tend to come into the picture. That's when they recognize that they've done something wrong, that they need to fix things, because your energy is not so much on them, it is on you. And when your energy is on you, they get triggered because your energy is not on them. Right? They feel that there is a loss there. They feel triggered to come towards you because your energy is on you. And so actually, do you know what? Taking more care of yourself, putting yourself first, putting yourself in the driver's seat position, being in control of like your life and you, triggers people badly, especially those that have done you wrong. Like I really feel like they can come marching on into the scene and into the picture because they suddenly feel like, oh, something's happening here. Boom. Okay. There we go. There we go. Those that have done you wrong can communicate with you, apologize to you, but it really honestly happens when you are detached, when you are creating that space, okay? Especially in regards to love, if you're feeling like, why isn't this person coming towards me? Why are they not saying anything? Why am I thinking so much about them? Well, actually, put more energy and focus towards yourself, number 1. You are number 1, okay? Your life is your life. Why make them the star of your life when this is your life? I'm not speaking in an egoistic sense, because I feel so many of you are not egoistic. You're not all about yourselves in the sense of, you know, you hurt other people to get your own way. You are not that kind of person, and I can really sense that with the Queen of Cups, okay? I'm just saying. This is about, in a very healthy way, putting yourself first. Boom, that triggers people to actually want to straighten out themselves in the sense of wanting to be mutual towards you and really iron out those creases that they perhaps have created in the material of your connection. That was really an analogy, right? I mean, it takes me back to the days when I was studying fashion design. Yes, quick fact, I have a degree, a first-class degree actually, in fashion design and textiles, but it really just like reminded me of that. Okay. The seams. It's all becoming seamless now. Wow. Okay, this is the 1111 card. It's very well known in tarot for this card to be the one. But remember, Ace of Swords, putting yourself first in the victory position. This is victory, celebration, success. And it's also about getting apologies from others and other people having an epiphany towards you and granting you opportunities when actually you're much more detached and much more focused on yourself. Now, solar plexus chakra is powerful because that's to do with inner peace, personal power, personal stability, self-confidence, self-worth, self-esteem, and self-acceptance. That was also a whole mouthful. So meditating on your solar plexus chakra can really help you tremendously with self-confidence issues. It just goes to show that, look, everything that you're searching for, you actually do have within yourself. And if you feel like you don't, then there's definitely some healing that is necessary for sure. But the Four of Wands shows that the happiness you want in terms of love, relationships, and I'm talking, you know, relationships with family, friends, and even, you know, relationships that you have perhaps with co-workers and people around you, is very, very, very much so in your path of being balanced. And then of course these are other aspects in terms of emotionally how you feel, mentally how you feel, spiritually how you feel, financially, physically and socially. If I repeated any of those, I do apologize, but yeah, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, socially. Okay, you will feel better. Yeah. Four of Wands definitely goes to show that there's going to be such a beautiful event in regards to love that's going to take place and just absolutely make you feel like, wow, this is amazing. And you're also going to feel just so validated emotionally, because this person will support you when you support more of yourself. And look, if you've been through some really difficult moments, I'm not trying to say like, come on, get yourself together. I'm not saying that at all. Remember that healing really is a process and everyone deals with things very, very differently. So if you are struggling, I will just say that, look, that, you know, that can really help you healing and moving forward, but do so in your own time. I think, you know, ultimately that's the most important thing I can say as well. Like, I'm not trying to say like, oh, come on, hurry up, because that's actually, it doesn't really help, does it? In any way, shape or form. It's like telling someone with anxiety, like, come on, just get over it. Doesn't help anyone. Really, honestly doesn't. So in your own time. Page of Wands, Knight of Wands. Attraction, chemistry. Oh, actually, speaking of which as well, in terms of career, I see the 6, the 7 and the 8 of Pentacles, which shows progress and it shows a lot of success in regards to your work. So I think that's really exciting, because I definitely see here a lot of success, a lot of joy. I see here, especially people that you work around will not be as like jealous in the future. They are going to be so much more supportive, and especially if you have your own business or you like work for yourself, or if you're studying, I feel like people around you can be very, very genuine, understanding, respectful, and really acknowledging your goodness as well, and being really appreciative. I feel actually that a lot of you are going to make better friends as time goes by, which, you know, I think is very important. You're going to make better friends. And you know, when people say like, oh, my soul tribe, yes, these are people that really match your energetic level and give you so much. But you know what, sometimes in life we come across people that are not so good, not so nice, because we have so much to learn. We have so much to learn about ourselves, how much we can tolerate, how much we shouldn't, things like that too. I just realized I didn't even pay attention to my microphone being on. Okay, it is on, good. Oh, well, that would have not been good. I'm very relaxed in this reading. Oh, literally, I was just holding the cards like this and they just fell, and I know that you can see the star card, so we'll take that as well. Okay, that will conclude what we take from the first deck, and then we're going to move on to all the other cards that I have, which I'm so excited about. Oh my gosh, there's a whole chunk here, but you know what, we're going to take them. Okay, so I feel very relaxed, as I was saying, right? In fact, this relaxing energy goes with all three of these like cards. For example, this one that fell out on top of the other like pile of cards that came out, this one which I was going to talk about before this entire pile came out, and then this one which was at the bottom of the tarot deck after this pile came out. Whew. So you see how it all goes together. All three of these cards are about retreating. All three of them, but in very different contexts. The Four of Swords is about meditation, which I absolutely 100% recommend to everybody and their mother, like literally everyone. The reason why is because meditation will help you in all aspects and areas of your life. And I really do, you know, I really believe in it so heavily. This energy is detaching, right? Remember I said detachment is the key. It really is the key to so many things. It's the key to your goals. It's the key to everything that you want to manifest, because attachment can cause resistance in terms of timelines, time frames, and how the universe gives things to you. If you sit there and wait for something, you're more likely to wait for it than it to happen. So this is also detachment, the star card, right? This woman is letting go. And then here, this person's kind of just walking away, you know, they're retreating, they're exploring, they're doing things for themselves. And I think that's really quite significant here, is detaching, healing, retreating, taking care of yourself, and putting yourself first is absolutely the best thing with the Queen of Cups, okay? And this actually brings everything together, because the stars are about the stars aligning, the Four of Swords is about finding that peace, and the Eight of Cups, well, it's an energy of discovery. It leads you to new things and it gives you so much happiness. A lot of you are going through a big transformation, and this 1111 that we see is very, very powerful, because you're going through a period of discovery towards yourself, You are discovering yourself. Remember the ones that we spoke about? Remember the Queen of Cups and you, and you are discovering yourself. This is about you. It is not about them. It is about you, okay? Whether it's someone romantically you're thinking about, or someone else, or a crush, or family member, or a friend. This is not about them. It is about you. And through putting yourself first, retreating, healing, meditating, taking care of yourself, and releasing any codependency you have, which is difficult, you know, it has to be healed. Like, that's another thing as well, is that healing that codependency, healing trauma from your past when you're, you know, ready to go through that energy, is bringing power and victory to you. It is bringing power and victory to you. Yes, that's it, right? We cracked the code. 3 of Wands, do not wait, okay? 2 of Wands, look out into the world, see how beautiful it is. There are so many opportunities, so many possibilities. 2 of Wands is absolutely powerful. This is about knowing that there are so many opportunities also in regards to work that are absolutely out there. You know, you're not going to be left in a situation where you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, there's like nothing. No, you shall not be in a situation like that. Why? Because that's not going to happen for you. Like, you are going to have so much more happiness and joy coming your way. The 9 of Wands is very powerful because it shows here that a lot of opportunities in regards to your career. I see many of you making a career switch as well. So your career is going to go through a transformation where I feel a lot of you are going to be traveling in regards to your career. You're going to be doing a lot of discovery. You're going to be working with a lot of very exciting people who honestly are just really uplifting. They have so many ideas, very creative, because I see a lot of creative energy, and also financial earnings, and the potential of your earning is going to be very good. I say very good. I see many of you being able to earn 6 figures or above. Just keep that in mind. It depends which country you're in, right? When I say like 6 figures or above, because I know that currencies are very, very different. But let's talk in general terms, like, for example, I mean, I don't really talk about, like, you know, the financial aspect of things that much. I mean, you know, I say like, oh yeah, you're going to get like a promotion or a raise, but I just wanted to say 6 figures or above, because I feel like some of you genuinely will just know what that means. Like, you just know that, okay, like, wow, you know, that's what I've been working towards, it's what I want to happen. Like, some of you may be watching this and you may already have that, like, you know, because obviously I'm reading for so many different people, but some of you, that's your goal. So I'm talking more like, you know, for example, US dollars, British pounds, 6 figures income, like, as in, you know, a year, which is a blessing, a big blessing for sure. And so I just thought I would, you know, I would tell you that, because a lot of people are like, okay, well, how much do you mean, Moonlight, you know? So, you know, that's a big blessing to have. And remember I mentioned 6 figures and more. I'm really looking at the 6, the 7, and the 8, okay? 6 to 8 figures. I mean, like, that's pretty significant. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Wow. We have a 9 too, okay? The universe is like, oh, I think you forgot another number there, Moonlight. Okay, I'm sorry. Is it cheesy if I call myself Moonlight? Well, to be honest, my name actually means Moonlight, so I am actually Moonlight, you know what I mean? Okay, like 3 of Pentacles, really nice work-life balance, but also really wonderful people in your work environment who are so generous and genuine and kind and caring and just really, really lovely. And then the Queen of Swords here as well. Look at your cards. Genuinely, look at your cards. And I say that because, look, it's all in there, okay? It really is, okay? These are your cards. So these are actually the 2 bonus ones that came out, because I was going to cut off the spread, like, here, right? So we've got some bonus cards, but we'll keep them, of course. Queen of Swords is about transformation. You see the Queen of Swords has butterfly. Some of you may be seeing butterflies around. I'm not just talking like real butterflies, but you might see butterflies as in, you know, prints, like, for example, prints that could be on clothing, prints that could be on like homeware. You may see that someone is wearing something with a butterfly clips, butterfly stuff. You might be seeing butterflies in certain commercials that you know, just so happen to be like watching, things like that, okay? I see a lot of butterflies. Butterflies include butterflies, what? I was going to say butterflies include, but I was trying to say like butterflies mean transformation. Yeah, I don't know what the word was that began with I that translated to mean? But oh, okay, anyways. Yeah, and this is also about your boundaries. Butterflies and boundaries, all right? There you go, Three of Pentacles we already spoke about. Let's go to my other tarot deck, which I can't find. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's go to another tarot deck. We may get some repeating, what do you even call it? Repeating cards. Oh, star. Hello. Star shows the stars are aligning. This is again about transformation. This is about rebirth. It's also about change, which we mentioned. Many changes coming in for many of you in terms of your career, in terms of stability. I like using these two decks because we can really get an overlap as to which messages stand out the most as well. But yes, the stars are aligning and things are absolutely coming together. Like, mark my words on this one. Two of Pentacles shows more financial stability and balance. Slowly but surely, your finances are absolutely going to improve. We spoke about the figures, okay, and it's very, very rare that I ever say that, but I just had to. Like, it was coming, it was there, I had to, you know. Anyway, so we've got the Empress here. Empress is ruled by Venus. This goes to show like true, genuine love and happiness. Got the Ace of Wands, so got another ace, which is a number 1, which we spoke about a lot. This is really about creativity and fun, also attraction and intimacy, which I see coming into your life. Remember, I kept going on about the Queen of Swords and the butterfly. Got 2 Queen of Swords. This is from the other deck that I'm using. So again, we've got the Queen of Swords message, very powerful. Remember, butterflies and boundaries. And this is also about work to yourself and looking after yourself. Now, if you look at the Queen of Swords hands, she's dictating something, like as in she's, you know, she's vocalizing something, she's ordering something to happen. She's in power. Do not lower your power. Very important. It's good to be a good person, right? But sometimes, especially for people that have done you wrong, stay in your power. You know, your self-respect, your self-worth makes you more attractive for sure, your confidence. You know, it's not always easy to be confident, right? And not every day can you be confident, but yeah, it's a good thing to do, especially for people that have done you wrong, like to have that, you know, sort of power within yourself, even if it's really hard. Also, the Queen of Swords has the prayer beads wrapped around her wrist. So again, that's, you know, faith, healing, meditation, you know, prayer, things like that. I think very important here. Judgment here shows great transformation. Remember, Judgment literally is the card of transformation. Why? Because it's Pluto and Scorpio energy. Oh yes, Pluto and Scorpio energy. So Pluto and Scorpio, of course, are to do with transformation, new beginnings, change, progress, fulfillment, joy, happiness, and all of these things that we see here. And the Four of Wands is the creme de la creme of energies, right? I mean, that literally goes to show so much coming through and so much coming your way and progressing. So obviously that's a really, like, such a beautiful energy that we do pick up on, which I think is just very, very significant and again just super important in the grand scheme of things. So obviously, you know, very, very vital and crucial in that sense. So let's keep going and we will continue to shuffle. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, got a chunk of cards here. Ooh, you're not really going to believe the cards that have come out. Okay, whoa. I don't know what to say. I felt a good vibe. I wanted to do the reading. We're doing the reading. These are the last cards, right, that I'm going to pull for tarot. Then we're going to go to the oracle cards, and the oracle cards, boom, they're going to get into a lot of things. But the fact that these are the last 4 to sum up tarot: 10 of Cups, happiness, joy, abundance, marriage, commitment, engagements, celebrations with family, so much joy, you know, especially if you've had a lot of pain in regards to love, a lot of pain in regards to family. Remember to have the rain, gotta need the rain. Wait a second. To have the rainbow, we need some rain, right? So that's what really brings together this beautiful 10 of Cups, where honestly, I feel like things will be worth it. I'm not saying that everything you're going through is worth it, but you know, at the end of the day, you'll think to yourself like, okay, things happen for a reason. Got another 10, Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter energy. This is that energy that I spoke about serious amounts of money. Okay, serious amounts of money. But you know what Jupiter is also about? It's about wealth in all other aspects. Like I spoke about very early on, emotionally feeling good is a richness in life, right? Not everybody feels good all the time emotionally. I'm not saying and I'm not promising you that you're going to feel amazing emotionally every single day. Like obviously you're going to have your ups and downs, but for the most part you're going to feel pretty good. You're going to feel really healed. You're going to feel happy. You're going to get through these difficult moments and you're going to feel so much better, and you're going to look forward to your future. You're going to look forward to your present moments. You're going to enjoy every little moment, like in terms of like, you know, enjoying your favorite food in the moment and just feeling the taste of it and feeling good, having that gratitude. You'll feel good about having gratitude. Right now you might think to yourself, I'm just trying to get through every day, Moonlight. It's just, you know, it's tough, it's difficult. You got this. You've got this, okay? But there'll come a day where you just enjoy little moments and you feel good. For many of you, I also see children here. Now, some of you may have your own children, you know, but I do see that for those of you who don't have children, or you want more children, for example, or you want children, you know, I do see children here. And then again here as well, because where is it? Right there. It's another child there. You've also got, you know, the dogs, which indicate like pets. Some of you may want pets, obviously. Some of you may not, right? But this here is also about loyalty with the dogs. But we also see a beautiful home here. And so I feel like many of you are going to have like your dream home, a home that you absolutely love, that just gives you so much fulfillment, along with the castle here and the home in the background. These cards are correlating quite well with one another. Then we see a celebration, we see joy, we see a beautiful committed relationship, and just so much happiness and so much fulfillment. And wow, I feel out of breath, you know, so I'm like, wow. You know, there's just such a wonderful energy here of things coming together and coming to fruition. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Oh my God, like, wow. Okay. With that being said, the richness of life is also having peace of mind, having stability, having joy, having fulfillment, being able to really live on your own terms, and, you know, having time. Like, luxury is not just money. Luxury is time. It is having, you know, genuine people around you. Like, these are also luxuries, and these are, you know, they can feel like small things, but in the grand scheme of things, they're going to be big things that really add up for you and make you feel so much happier. Like, trust me on this, you are going to feel so much happier mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially, socially. You know, honestly, you'll feel good. Yes, your bank account will look very healthy, but also, yes, you will be healthy. The people around you will be, you know, doing well, and they will be respectful and genuine and kind and caring. Because I'll tell you one thing, there are so many people that come to me for private readings, you know, and the only thing that they sometimes are focused on is their bank balance, right? And they're like, when I'm going to become wealthy, you know, when am I going to earn this much money or that much money? And we have to check, you know, first and foremost, if it's going to happen for them. But what I think is more important here is whether it's going to sustain, right? A lot of people want to know when money is coming, how much money is coming. What they don't really ask is it going to be sustained over a long period of time? Am I going to be able to enjoy it? Is it going to give me a meaningful life? Or is someone going to come along and take it? Is someone else going to come in, snatch it, you know, ruin my business and walk away with it all? Because trust me, these things also do happen. The beautiful blessing here that I see for almost all of you is that your abundance will not be taken away from you. And anyone that tries to will have to pay a consequence karmically. I want you to know that, right? I really want you to know that. So the good news here is, yes, you will have abundance financially, right? You'll have those gifts, you'll be able to enjoy it, and also people won't be able to take that away from you and your family, and you know that. Just wanted to say that. I know it seems really serious, like I just was like, oh, you need to know this, but it's true. Like, I feel like you definitely need to know this, because there's that whole aspect to it. You know, a lot of people want to know, like, oh, am I going to get married? Am I going to get married? And it's like, yeah, we see it, but then they don't ask, is it going to be healthy? Is it going to last long? Is it going to be long term? And to that, I also want to say here as well that if you're wondering about that, yes, I do see it as healthy, long term, long lasting. And I really see this energy of like growing all together and feeling really good and very happy, and also feeling supported lifelong, being able to get through any obstacles, challenges, problems, issues, things like that as well. Okay, let's go to, it seems very natural. Let's go to the Lovers Oracles, and then we will go back to other messages that are also kind of more non-love as well. So stick through it. If you aren't really into the love messages, then maybe just fast forward a little bit. But we're gonna turn the reading around towards also non-love as well very, very soon. Well, actually, speaking of which, I spoke very early, didn't I? Hopefully no one did forward too much, because yeah, we got finances and career. So it says here, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. I think both of these kind of tie together. Like, some of you may feel like, you know, my finances are not allowing me to really enjoy my love life. Some of you may feel like, but I don't feel like I'm doing as well as I should be. I feel like I need to be focusing more on my finances, or I need someone who perhaps is at this level or that level, or I need to be at a certain level. Okay. That's happening right now, but in the future I feel like things are going to be much, much better. Okay, this shows right now, but in the future things will be better. Remember, we did see an energy here of marriage, commitment, stability. So we have here wedding. The situation involves marriage, which we pretty much already discussed, so it's not a surprise, but it is beautiful to see it there. But it was mentioned earlier on. So again, it clarifies it, right? It confirms it. There we go. If you haven't already, like the video, please do. You know, especially if you want to claim it, if you find that it resonates with your situation, if you've been seeing 1111 a lot, let me know. Like, you know. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So yeah, like I mentioned, okay, the more you do for yourself, the more you take care of yourself, you put yourself first, you look after you, the more your life turns, transforms, changes, progresses. The more detached you are, the more everything starts to flow in the right direction and come together. Positive when you think about that, very positive. Let's get one more. Ooh. Let me just move some of these decks out of the way so I know what I have read with. Okay, so romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring, and that is what's going to happen, especially for those of you that are single, where you're thinking, moonlight, like nothing much is really happening here. Or you feel like you're not really happy with perhaps someone that you're seeing or dating or around. Things will improve greatly. Greatly! Yay! Okay. Gosh, I have like 6 other oracle decks here, which I'm so excited to get into, but I don't know which direction to go in. So let's actually go here. Okay, these are the Numerology Guidance cards. So love is absolutely going to happen. I just feel like so many of you are focusing on your career and your finances and building yourself up. Yeah, keep doing that, absolutely. You know, even with the 9 of Wands, keep putting ideas, energy, thoughts towards it. Keep doing what you're doing. And also remember, Queen of Swords energy, keep taking care of yourself. Boundaries and butterflies. Boundaries and butterflies. So some of you may see the number 25. This one here says wisdom and communication. Okay, so not only are you growing more and learning more, but also I think that you're becoming stronger in how you communicate yourself to others. Some of you, this date could be very powerful. Also 1010 is quite powerful. Do you know what? I did a reading not that long ago on my... Let me show you actually. Let me go into my phone for a second. On my TikTok. Actually on my Instagram as well. Yeah. By the way, if anyone wants to follow me on Instagram, feel free to do so. By the way, this is my only account, Moonlight.Guidance. There are so many fake accounts and I keep reporting all of them and, you know, they get taken down very, very quickly. But Moonlight.Guidance on Instagram. It was this one. Look. Oh, I actually literally just posted it today. I can't believe I forgot when I posted it, but there it is. 1010. It's a sign. I keep seeing 1010 a lot as well. So that's another sign. So yeah, if you want to see it, check it out right on there. And it's crazy. I posted that today and obviously, like, you know, I'm filming this today as well. Okay. Good health and harmonious living, which is so obvious because you've got 3 10s here, right? Literally, good health and harmonious living. Something I also mentioned. I did mention health. I did also mention your life, you know, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially. Yeah, I mentioned all of that. So that's obviously a big, big sign there as well. Amazing. Okay, so some of you, like I mentioned, may be seeing a lot of these repeating numbers and signs and synchronicities. So let's keep going. Oh, this is they're like all a bit sort of jumbled. Okay. Ooh, 36. It's like a double, isn't it? 3 and 6. Global consciousness. Yep. People are also going to awaken and become so much more conscious of their their choices, the things that they're saying, doing, etc. Like, obviously these things are really important, that, you know, people who have done you wrong as well, I feel, will come to you, apologize, and be so much more conscious on a spiritual level, which I think is really important too. Ooh, there's another one that's like flipped over as well. Hold on a second. It's 444. Who's been seeing 444 a lot? Actually, do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. You've got the 4 here, you've got the 4 here, and you've got the 4 of Swords. So technically you have got like 444 there as well. 4s in tarot indicate foundations and stability. So I think that's very important. The 10 indicates the pinnacle, of which you've got the 3 most powerful 10s in tarot. Wow, okay. And the sort of 1s in tarot represent, you know, a fresh start, fresh new beginning, initiations, ideas, communication, start, right? And those are the aces. Again, very powerful. And also 4 of Wands indicates 11. So the repeating numbers you've got are very, very powerful. So you've got here 444, angel number, responsibility, practicality, honesty, and wisdom. Okay. Which, by the way, is the foundation for any connection. And is also the foundation for anything, whether that's, you know, job, whether that is how somebody treats you, whether that's how, you know, you're trying to get help from someone, or how they're helping you. Like, this is the foundation, right? Being responsible, being practical, being honest and wise. Like, these things are so important. And I think people will pick up on that you are all of those things too. Whether you're male or female, I know that we have quite a lot of these queen energies. These queen energies can still be you, even if you're not a female. Okay, I just wanted to mention that. I read energies, not specifically genders. That's just something I wanted to mention. So, because it's not like, you know, when we like do a reading, it's like, oh, sorry, a king came out. Sorry, I can't read that for you. Okay, let me put it back. You know, like, that just does not happen. The tarot cards are very universal, and I'm sure many of you already know that, right? But I just wanted to mention, like, some of you may be seeing a lot of like the female figures in this, but honestly, it's not a big deal in that sense. But we have got them, and I think a lot of this is also connecting to your divine self, which I think is really important. Okay, so 1111 is intuition, insight, and enlightenment. A lot of you are becoming so much more spiritually enlightened. You're becoming closer to yourself. You're also becoming so much more aware of your goodness and how good of a person you are, how kind of a person you are, how genuine and generous of a person you are, and just how loving of a person you are as well. Like, that's just such an important thing too. Like, honestly, continue to be you and do you and take care of you. Like, that's so important, right? Okay, let's keep going. I'm gonna shuffle these cards now. They're a little bit of a challenge for me because my hands are very, very, like, they are a bit on the smaller side, but and they can't stretch the other way. So I'm just gonna shuffle this, and then I'm gonna shuffle them in a different way, and then I'm gonna, there we go, and then grab them. Okay. I sound like a seagull. Okay. Right. Oh, hello. Literally speaking about boundaries, right? With the Queen of Swords. Oh, wow. I just wanted to, like, I was just going to pick up all the cards so I could, like, you know, put them like this and then go through them. And it's like, you know, the first card, like, just absolutely stood out. And it was just like, you can't, like, let go of it. Oh my gosh, yes, look. They're, like, all making sense with what we've just spoken about. Right. Okay. So, boundaries. You are learning the gentle art of setting boundaries and saying no. We go back to the Queen of Swords. All right? Very, very important. Hold power. That power will give you peace. Your boundaries will give you peace. If you feel like you are, you know, always in a situation where you know how you feel and how something makes you feel, but then you try to please another person in a way that you know gives you pain, then you are kind of inflicting that pain, right? And I think what's really important is that the more you keep doing that, the more someone can get used to that. They can think, oh, I'll just, you know, I can just do that and get away with it. Like, that's totally fine. The other person's not going to care. And I think what's really important is that you have those boundaries to protect yourself so that people know that you are not a doormat, that they can't just walk all over you whenever they feel like it, right? Those boundaries are there to protect you. Boundaries exist between everyone. They they really do exist between family members, right? They exist between siblings, they exist between pets and their owners, which, you know, is really important too, and between everyone. Like, that's really important. Boundaries exist everywhere because human beings are such where sometimes we don't know what the boundaries are, right? So we have here surrender, release and surrender all control and let nature take its course, which I think was important. Remember I mentioned detachment, which I think was very important, right? Let it go. If it's too heavy, let it go, right? In fact, there's so much power in letting things go and surrendering things, especially with the Queen of Cups. You know, I keep coming back to the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords, which I think is very interesting, but also the Empress. Okay, another very strong figure in tarot. This energy that we see here is very, very powerful. Why? Because this is about letting nature, letting things grow, right? Letting things naturally progress, letting things naturally manifest. I don't think that you need to force so much. In fact, in forcing, resistance happens, right? You can't like yell at a flower and tell it, oh, please go faster. It's probably not going to go faster, right? Maybe do something else for yourself. Take care of yourself for a few days. And that rose would probably bloomed by then, you know? So there's a lot of power in letting go. A lot. Wow, actually this is such a nice comparison of the cards. If you prefer this color combination, this is the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. If you prefer this color combination, this is the Magic Seer Borderless Tarot. I just thought I'd mention that because you know what? Sometimes we see things and we're like, wow, okay, color schemes, you know? Which one do I prefer? I actually really like both of them. This one's really bright, but this one is, I love the glossiness and it feels really nice. Anyways, it's like a little mini, I mean, maybe some of you are into tarot, you know, and you really want to know what these cards are. So yeah, Star here is really about just letting things naturally happen. When you live in fear, you're living like this, where you're like, I need this to happen, otherwise I'm going to be upset, I'm going to feel unfulfilled, I'm going to feel sad, I'm not going to feel good. When you live in love, you're letting things go. Even if you love somebody and they don't want you and things like that, if you live in fear, you're holding on to something and actually it's not feeding you anything. It's feeding you more fear, sadness and frustration. If you let it go, then you're saying, you know what, I love you enough, I let you do what you want, I love you enough for you to live your life the way you want to. And there's so much power in that, because then suddenly they get triggered and they're probably on a very spiritual level thinking, oh my gosh, something's missing. And that triggers them to come back around. I see this happen very, very often. So there's so much power in letting good things go, even if you feel like you've lost a dream opportunity. Maybe you haven't lost that opportunity because there's something better coming. Rejection is also redirection, and I think that's a really powerful thing to know. Let things naturally happen, let things naturally flow. It's what happens in nature, and nature is pretty beautiful. Pretty beautiful, right? It's natural. That's it. Right? Okay, judgment, which we have here as well. Okay, so this one here says you're being asked to let go of all judgments and forgive those who judge you. Forgiveness is very, very difficult, but forgiveness does set you free, and I'm a huge believer of that. I've said this once before in a reading, but I'm aware that not everybody watches every single reading I post, so I'm going to repeat this. It's quite graphic, so I'm just saying. Well, it's not really that graphic. It's quite sad, I would say, actually. So there was a killer, and it's documented on YouTube. There's a video about it on YouTube. And this killer went around killing several women. I think it was a Green Ridge killer or something like that. Anyways, so they were sitting in court, and I believe that he's going through the whole trial and everything. And one of the victims' fathers basically walked up and said, I forgive you. And that can seem like kind of like a crazy thing, right? Like, this guy literally killed his daughter, actually murdered his daughter, and he wanted to forgive him. And the entire time that this whole like court situation was going on, obviously, the murderer, let's say, the serial killer, did not at any point showcase any emotion. The only time this person showcased emotion was when the victim's father forgave him. It was crazy, okay, because serial killer started to cry, like a lot. And that's so crazy, like you wouldn't expect it. Like, I'm pretty sure like if the victim's father had probably, you know, said like, oh, you know, you're the worst person on the planet, which, to be honest, like, let's be honest, I think that's what most human beings would do, because like, oh my god, that's such an awful thing to happen, you know. I mean, everyone deals with things differently, and to be honest, I probably would have said the same, you know, like, that's not a good thing. But anyone else would have probably said like, oh my god, you're the worst person ever, like, how could you do this, like this, you know, like, who, you know, like, how, blah blah blah. But that probably wouldn't have opened up this person to such an emotional degree, to the point where they could feel something, right? Because obviously them being and doing what they did to such a high degree has kept them just numb, completely unemotional, out of touch, probably dealing with trauma, you know, from their past, which has probably led them in this awful direction of what they're doing, which, you know, is absolutely awful. But forgiveness had so much power. And, you know, you'd probably think that the victim's father lost all of his power by forgiving this killer, but no, it did the opposite. And you would never believe it, right? And this is what I'm trying to get to, is that you would never believe that forgiveness could do the opposite to what you're trying to achieve. But this is such a what do I can't even describe it. It's such a severe example, like, it's a very severe example, but it's the best example I can give you. Forgiving someone who's done you wrong can take the power away from their hands completely, and it can bring you power 100%. But a lot of people don't see it that way. They see it as, I'm giving you my power, I am telling you that you've done everything right, but that's not true. It actually psychologically does the complete reverse, and also spiritually it does the complete reverse. And I just wanted you to know that. I don't believe that you need to forgive people just to regain your power. I think that doing it internally within to set yourself free is probably the best thing. You don't need to go to everybody and say, oh yeah, I forgive you. You don't need to do that. You can do it internally as well. But I'm just saying here that forgiveness has so much power, and a lot of people don't recognize that it has that much power. Like, it really doesn't, right? And I know this example was like really graphic and probably quite severe, but actually I think it might help to kind of understand the perspective of how forgiveness can actually really change your life. And I'm not saying that you have to do it. Remember, we all deal with things very differently. But if you're in a place where you feel ready to do so, I think this might be your calling, you know? It might be your calling to set yourself free and to really change the power and the dynamic. I'm not saying that you have to. Everyone does things at different times, but I feel like this might be the time, you know, to really bring that power back to yourself. And forgiveness can really do that. It really can. So then there's that. Okay? All right. Number 21, old soul, you have lived many lifetimes and gained wisdom beyond your years. A lot of you are definitely old souls, okay? Not in terms of your age, but in terms of past life incarnations. A lot of the people you may be dealing with may sometimes be young souls, but what I will say is that the reason why you're so empathic, kind, caring, genuine, so nice, so wonderful, so understanding is because that's who you are. You've had a lot of past lives, you've learnt a lot, you carry a lot of maturity with you. Do not feel bad about who you are. I know that you want to, and I know that sometimes it's not easy because you deal with people who are so immature and so not nice and so not kind and not very caring. Trust me when I say, there is a blessing for you, okay? There is a blessing and it will come your way. Use your wisdom, use your maturity, use your kindness. Don't be afraid of it. You know, if someone says like, oh, you're too sensitive, they can go to... I was going to say they can go to hell. I feel like maybe that's a bit too dramatic. They can go to heaven. They can go to heaven, okay? Let them go to heaven. Why should we send them to hell? Let them go to heaven and let them live their life in peace. Yes, absolutely. There was a film that I watched where this person just said, oh, go to hell. It's just like, that came into my mind. But I was like, no, let's send them to heaven, okay? Let's forgive them and send them to heaven. Yeah, let's send them to a good place, right? That actually brings more power to you as well, right? Let's wish them well and give them, you know, give them the goodness that they need. But still keeping your boundaries and your power, okay? Not in a way where you're like, oh, I'll do everything for you. Like, obviously you got to keep your boundaries, but like this is very different, right? Okay, next one. Wishful thinking. You are learning how to manifest the life that you desire. Yes, you are. And you know what helps you? Detachment. Detachment helps you to manifest the life that you desire by shifting focus towards yourself, taking care of yourself, putting yourself first. spiritual practice, deep, strong spiritual practice also helps tremendously, as well as forgiveness, acceptance, healing in your own time, and putting yourself first. And yeah, detachment really is the key. You know, sometimes if you want something to happen, you have to let go of it, be okay without it, and then boom, it will manifest in your life. That's it, right? That literally is it. And doing the best you can for yourself as well, very important. Number 20 is spiritual teacher. You're being guided to step into your role as a spiritual teacher. So some of you may, you know, really want to help others as well in this particular sense. Some of you may be into Reiki, you may be into counseling, you know, helping other people with their problems or issues, or just in general, like even maybe in the work environment, or, you know, in regards to your friends, you may be the person that people come to for advice and help and, you know, a shoulder. And I think that, you know, you really are someone who can do that. I really do believe it. I feel like you're the kind of person that can help so many people. So it's interesting. But first and foremost, you want to ensure that you heal yourself, right? This is very, very important. Even if you want to be a tarot reader, even if you want to do divination or any practices where you help people, you have to first and foremost do everything you can for yourself, which includes healing, looking after yourself, putting yourself first. Otherwise, you know, people can pick up on your energies and it can get very, very all over the place, and it can be very unsmooth, and it can also trigger you a lot. So you have to really work on yourself first, and then you can step into these roles. And it can actually feel more fulfilling as well, you know, that's another thing as well to keep in mind. But yeah, you can be very good at, you know, teaching, or, you know, anything to do with that, even just in a normal environment of like, I'm not talking like spiritual, but I'm also talking like, education, there we go, educational environment as well. You can be like really good as a teacher, you know, helping people with certain things, or helping people with hobbies or their businesses, you know, because there's so many roles that include that sort of teaching energy. Okay, but yes, for a lot of you it's like spiritual, you know, that could be like Reiki and healing and things like that, or, you know, guiding people in their life. Okay, so now we go to these cards here. I think these are the Goddess Guidance cards. Yep. These are the Life Coach Oracle cards, actually. Speaking of Life Coach, I was literally talking about that, wasn't I? These are the Romance Angel Oracle cards. These are the Numerology cards. The ones with the 1111 and that on it. You just freaking can't make this up. Wow. Another card with boundaries on it. Look, it's very obvious, okay? We know where we're going with all of these cards, and it's all confirmed with multiple cards. And this is why actually in my general like tarot readings on my channel, I don't pull so many different types of cards, because I know that when I've said something with just the tarot, that's exactly what it means. So I don't pull so many of these cards, but you can see here that no matter what I pull, we seem to be going down the same avenue, but just more expansion of information. So I want you to know that as well, that, you know, sometimes you guys might see me just pull tarot cards in my general readings for the zodiac signs, or, you know, the collective readings. And that doesn't mean that, well, it doesn't mean that I'm lazy. I just want to really point that out. It just means that why repeat, you know, similar messages over and over again. I just thought for 1111 we'd do like a, you know, exciting, like big reading. But I'll tell you one thing, messages overlap, as they should do. And yeah, I just wanted to point that out. So we've got boundaries here, Ishtar, right? Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy, which, trust me, we have got here with the Life Coach Oracle. We've got here with the Queen of Swords. So that's obviously matching very well. We have here Kali, which is endings and beginnings. The old must be released so that the new can enter. Remember, we mentioned forgiveness, and I talked so much about that, very in depth, very much so in detail. We see here transformations and changes happening. Remember, butterflies and boundaries. Butterflies are a great symbolism for transformation, right? Caterpillar in the cocoon to the butterfly. You will feel free. You will spread your wings. You will feel happy. You will feel content. You will feel fulfilled. I really do believe it. Then we have here Ostara, so we have fertility. Remember, we did also mention children here as well, but also we mentioned growth, right? Growth, like nature, let things come together and bloom on their own. So just wanted to mention that as well. We have already talked about that. And it says it's a perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas. My Ace of Wands is buried somewhere underneath, but that was the card also with the Knight of Wands here and the Page of Wands of creativity, ideas, like the birth of new projects, the birth of new businesses. Some of you are really setting up your own businesses, ideas, and things like that, which of course are incredible and amazing. Like, I wish you the absolute best in terms of that. Let me know in the comment section below if you are. Like, I love to read the comment section. I really do. So yeah, I can wish you luck. not that you really need my luck, but you know, I love like seeing what everyone's like kind of doing and how they're putting things together. Yeah, so it's perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. Again, can also represent children, okay? So thought I'd mention that too. I like this reading a lot. I really do. Oh my gosh. Ah. Right, let's keep going. I'm going to just get one more of these. So we got here Bast, which is independent. Your independence is a foundation for strength and success. And what did we talk about? The number one. You. Independence. Beginning. Journey. All with you, right? So again, your independence, your confidence, your self-worth, who you are, your boundaries, okay? Letting things go, doing you, taking care of yourself brings everything together. Absolutely everything starts to come together. I think it's the most beautiful thing in the entire planet. So that's what we have there. Let's go now to the other deck that I have here. I believe this is Keepers of the Light. Wow. Not that I'm like surprised that such amazing cards are coming out, but it's really going head to head with our reading. Not head to head, it's going in harmony with our reading. Yeah, it's not going up against it. It's like we're going with the flow of the water, not against it. We're not going against the tide here, which I think is amazing. Okay, Serapis Bay, Ascension. Move into your true self, rise above darkness, the light is here. Okay, so remember what I said at the beginning. Some of you are struggling, you have been struggling, it's not been easy, it's not been fun, it's not been great. Cycles and phases, changes and transformation, things are going to change, much more is going to come your way, and you're going to feel so much better. I see healing, okay? Healing, again, something we've really touched on. I want to point out the snakes, okay? So we have that right there. Yeah. And here. Snakes shed their skin, right? So again, symbol of transformation. I know some of you may think to yourself, but aren't snakes like snakes, you know? You know the snake emoji when people like use that on social media and they're like trying to get at someone or trying to say that they're a snake? Well, no, the snakes actually in Vedic astrology, in Vedic, oh my gosh, I can't even remember my words here. Also in like many cultures, including, well, religion, should I say, like Hinduism, and of course here as well, right? In so many different aspects, I just want to say, I'm trying not to get the wording wrong, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to really offend anyone, but basically, snakes indicate healing. They do. They're not bad. They're not terrible. It's a little bit like, okay, number 13, you know, in the Western society is known to be a really, you know, bad number, but then when you kind of go the other side of the world, in so many countries, number 13 is super lucky. So I think it's one of those things, right? Some people consider snakes as very bad. I personally believe that they are a real symbol of healing. There are so many Hindu gods who have snakes wrapped around them, they carry them with them, and they're just a symbol of power and healing. And so I just want to say that I see it as a power of healing. And I also feel here that, you know, for example, if you do see a snake, or if you see like prints of snakes, or you come across a video where there is a snake, try not to get worried. This can be a real like show and tell of how there is so much more power and strength coming your way. So actually it's a really good thing. And I think that that's something for sure to keep in mind. Like, absolutely. I think it's really like incredible and very powerful. So definitely something to keep in mind. Yeah, I think that it's amazing. I really do. So we have here Lord Shiva. Transcendence. Rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given, as we've talked about, right? Dance with the universe. It's true. Actually, do you know what? When you dance as well, the divine inside of you starts to really light up and dance. And it's such a powerful energy. Like, dancing is something that a lot of the gods and goddesses across various different religions, they love. So dancing can be really therapeutic, and again, it just lights something up in you. Other thing again is we've got a lot of prayer beads. Actually, these are, oh no, I tell you what this is. I believe that these are what they call Rudraksh, which actually I'm wearing. Actually, I'll show you. It's this. Okay, so very, very lucky. By the way, if anyone is like looking for a really great lucky charm, you should look for a Rudraksh. It's not as well known, I would say, you know, like a lot of people don't know about it. I feel like a lot of people talk about like crystals and things like that. Crystals are very powerful for sure, but Rudraksh are incredible lucky charms, and I just feel as well they're so good at like protection. It's so good for success, and it just kind of is like an all-in-one. And I have it on my bracelet here, which I actually got made in India, and yeah, it just kind of stays with the rest of my jewelry, to be honest. But very powerful. You can even get prayer beads with Rudraksh on them, and you can also get necklaces, bracelets, all sorts of things, and they're not that expensive either. So I definitely would look into that if you're interested. Trying to think if we have anything on the website. I think we have a few items on the website, shopmoonlightguidance.com, the intention items, which do have Rudraksh. I'm pretty sure we have something with Rudraksh. I'm going to check, and I'll leave it in the description box below, okay? Okay, anyway, so yeah, that I was just like, wow, like that was reminding me of something. I can't believe that I'm like wearing it, and I'm just like, this is what happens sometimes. Anyways, okay. I keep saying anyways. It's like, you know, I'm just a little all over the place here, but it's okay. Bridget, so inner strength, move back to wholeness, recognize that you have power. Again, so much. So almost all of these messages are about you recognizing your power and putting yourself first. I feel like that's the most important thing, is that you have what you're looking for. You have the power inside of you to achieve what it is that you want to achieve. It's just the most fundamental aspect. Like if you're looking for power, it's in you. If you're looking for strength and confidence, it's in you. If you're looking for love, it's in you. Like that's just so powerful. Of course you can, you know, build something with someone else, but the fundamental part of it is that it's in you. Sanat Kumara, light activation. So we have shine your light, your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Trust your gut, trust the process, trust your intuition. Meditation can help to build your intuition, but many of you are already very intuitive, very empathic, very understanding. You know which direction you want to go in. You know what makes you feel good. Trust what you have in your hands and what you have within yourself. I think this is very, very important, right? What you hold is the key. Why give the key to someone else? You need to, well, you can give the key to someone else, but you need to keep the key also for yourself. That's very important, right? Let's keep going. Impasse. Ooh, Soulmate. Hello. Everybody say hello to the Soulmate card. Enlightenment. Renewal. Yep. So this is, see, there's a real sense of peace here, a sense of like deep breathing, meditation, like you know, really just doing what is best for oneself right here. And renewal is also about, well, I think of it like a subscription, right? A subscription service. Like renewal is also this yeah, it's really powerful energy of starting, you know, starting again, a new cycle, a new chapter towards so much more peace and harmony and joy, which I think, again, just absolutely significant, really important, incredible. But also, the impasse energy here is very powerful, because this energy really represents that sometimes, you know, people come into your life unexpected, they're not nice, they're not kind, they're not caring, and it really affects you. It affects you especially in your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra can be so heavily affected, you know, because you may have, you know, a connection to them where you just feel like, but I love them. I feel so romantically attracted to them. Some of you may even have like a physical, you know, thing going on with them, and you just, you know, it's hard to break that sort of bond. But impasse also means here that it's about recognizing what's really right for you and what isn't, and trying to also heal through that, right? And regardless of, you know, if someone keeps coming into your life and doing the same thing over and over again, it's also about recognizing, okay, when can I break the cycle? Because I was actually talking to someone just before I started this reading, actually, and, you know, it was really interesting because yesterday I was also watching not watching, I keep saying watching, listening to a podcast. It's kind of crazy. I said this to her too. I was like, I was watching a podcast and then I was like, oh my god, no, I was listening to a podcast, and in it, it said the most dangerous person is not the one that just like disappears and goes. The most dangerous one is the one that keeps reappearing, whether that is, you know, a toxic family member, whether that is a toxic friend, whether that is, you know, a lover that just like goes and then comes back, or ghosts you and then shows up later when they feel it's convenient to do so. That is someone who is just, you know, like constantly creating a cycle of emotions, wave of emotions inside of you. And it's really up to you in your instincts to know when to protect yourself and take care of yourself. So your instincts are very powerful. Remember, your gut, your intuition is very powerful. Listen to your gut, listen to your intuition, but just know that you will feel very happy. You will have this beautiful soulmate-like love, which is just so giving and kind and caring and consistent and compromising and just really beautiful, to the point where you don't have to feel sick worrying about, is this going to happen or is that going to happen? It's going to come together in such a beautiful way where you feel happy, you feel content, you feel fulfilled, you feel excited, you feel motivated, and it just gives you everything that you want, especially with enlightenment. Like, so many of you are going through a spiritual growth and transformation phase of joy, but also it can be hard. You know, transformations and enlightenments are not always easy. Having an epiphany isn't always easy when you recognize something and it just makes you feel like, oh my god, that's like so crazy, right? It's not easy, it's not fun, it's not always the most exciting thing. However, it brings you so much more. And I think that that's really important to keep in mind, is that you're becoming more enlightened. Some of you may even be watching like different podcasts, you may be following certain gurus online, you may have your own spiritual teachers, tarot readers that you follow, that you really just love listening to the advice of, you know? So yeah, you're going through a period and a phase of enlightenment. So we have here coexist, and this one says, be as you are without harm to anyone or anything. Didn't we just say that? Right. Remember, we're not wishing people to go to hell, we're wishing people go to heaven. That's okay, you go to heaven, yep. You know, I'll come to heaven too. Like, we can all go, you know. It's that sense of like, let's just coexist. It's okay, you know. It's about also just kind of going with the flow. Look at this energy here, like going with the flow, being okay, blending into your environment. Like the Queen of Cups has got her feet in the water, you know. It's just really about that energy here. Appreciate diversity as a part of nature. Then we see so many energies of nature, right? It's just about appreciating nature. Variety is the spice of life, it says, right? So it's okay if you've been through a difficult situation. I know I say that in just such like, oh, it's okay. I really do mean it. I feel like everything teaches you something, and it's not easy. Like, life is really difficult sometimes, I'm not even gonna lie, but I feel like variety kind of gives you a grip. It gives you an understanding of what you really like versus what you really don't like. If we go through moments in life where we just like everything, then our expectation grows to a point where it's just like, oh, like, that's good, but it's not good enough for me because I need something more. Whereas when we go through really difficult moments, but then we get something good, it's like, oh my god, yes, I appreciate this so much more than ever before. So that's the thing about life as well, is it, you know, it teaches us a lot. Everyone goes through it very differently. This is about going with the flow. Take every day as it comes, especially if it's been super difficult, very challenging, and it's just been unbearable at times to deal with. This one here says, conquer fear. Most fear is based on illusions, on truths we deny to avoid change. Release your need for control and perfection. Doing your best is plenty. It's everything we've spoken about. And actually, do you know what? This one here matches beautifully as well. Look at that, right? Use your instinct, take care of yourself, put yourself first. That is the number one, right? 1111. Sometimes, yeah, fear is based on illusions. Remember I spoke about living in fear versus living in love. Fear is like this. We let it go. That is coexisting. That is going with the flow. That is releasing. Wherever the star cards went, there's one here. Here you go, right? The 2 star cards that we saw. Yeah, very important. So this is very important. Trying to conquer your fear is absolutely going to help you. Then we've got here mourn. Grieving can be overwhelming but necessary. We are cleansed by letting our feelings wash through us. Only then we can move past the pain. It's hard. Some of you have been through some real struggles, But I feel here that, you know, having acceptance, eventually, you know, moving through your pain as and when and how you can is going to help you to move forward towards so much more abundance. So I feel like, you know, if you need to grieve, take that time for yourself. You know, at some point you will naturally go through that process, and it's going to cleanse you and also help you to move forward, you know. So only then can you move past things towards more abundance and more joy. And then number 4, know you are safe. Oh, it's interesting how I mentioned the number there. This one is number 10. Oh, interesting. And this one's number 4. So we had the 444 card, and we also had the 4s as well. It says protection is always available to you. You have all the resources that you need, both within you and around you. Okay, so around you, you will have so much more love and so much more security with people around you. And then elsewhere, what I definitely see as well is that in regards to like spirit guides, angels, ancestors, gods, especially if you believe in gods, okay, they are there for you. Universe is there. You have a lot of spiritual support, but also you have yourself. And I think that's one of the most powerful things on the entire planet, is that you truly do have yourself. And I think that that is just so significant. Just know that you are absolutely not alone. There is so much more coming your way. There is so much more joy, so much more abundance. I know that it doesn't always seem that way, and it does not always feel that way, and it probably never feels great and good all the time. But there is so much more coming your way that honestly you are so unaware of. There's so much joy, like we spoke about, that is going to come your way. There's also a process to go down that path. So that's what we also explained here as well. So I really hope that this helped you and gave you lots of clarity. Like I mentioned, if you like this video and you claim it, you know, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment down below if it resonates or how you're going to claim it. And also, or if you just claim it in general, do check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, intention items, which are on my website as well, which thousands of people have seen results with, shopmoonlightguidance.com. And also there's information on, the private paid readings, free reading giveaway. I also have TikTok and Instagram if you want to follow me on there. I post short readings on there every single day, so definitely do check those out as well. Everything's always linked down below, but definitely do subscribe and like and share and comment, and I will definitely see you all very soon. Bye everyone.